Jim?
Hey, good morning, guys. You know, I was just talking to Ellen about 15 minutes ago, and she was giving me a hard time about the weather over the past couple of weeks. Like 4 weekends in a row that we've not had the greatest weather, but it does look like it's going to improve this weekend. We're going to have sunshine.
90 degrees on Sunday. Can you do?
Upper 80s, yeah, certainly a pretty good chance of upper 80s by the time we get into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. And so this would be a weekend to maybe get caught up on some of the things we haven't been able to do. And hanging baskets is one thing that we see everywhere across central Indiana. Just different areas where you can hang them, obviously. And as you mentioned, kind of put some spot color in certain locations.
Yes, yeah, they're really good for, say, under a tree or at a doorway or something like that. And usually when they're made up in the garden centers, they come in two types. One is recommended for sun and one is recommended for shade or part sun.
Yeah, I was going to say the other thing I noticed is that this basket has all the same type of flowers.
Right, that's a petunia, and this
one has different.
Right.
Well,
this was called a combo basket.
Okay, and one thing that you mentioned when looking at the baskets is that you wanted them to be
sort of uniform all the way around.
A lot of symmetry to the basket as you look around here.
So, and you also want to look at the top, especially if the top is, you know, going to be at eye level in the garden, so you want to know what's in the top.
And this thing's got some weight to it, too. Obviously, you watered it, but, I mean, this is, you know, you got to make sure that when you're hanging this up on a bracket that, I mean, this thing's tightly, you know,
right, that
secure.
it'll hold the, you know, that the bracket will hold the pot. And also the weight of it, once you get used to that, you can kind of tell if it needs to be watered or not.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'd asked you, I said, well, how much do you put in it? And you said, well, at least once a day, especially for the ones that get sunshine, and you want to make sure the basket doesn't get too light. That's an indication it's drying out.
And a lot depends on what the basket is in. Like this one and this one are in plastic.
Right.
And then, and then back here we have like a moss-lined basket.
And I really like these.
Yeah, they're very natural looking, I think.
Yeah, and you've got it hanging from a tree branch, which is something that you can do as well. This one's lined. Do you need to poke holes in it for the water?
No, it'll seep through. The plastic will seep through,
And are these, I mean, obviously these are a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, this is a cocoa line, what they call a cocoa liner.
Right.
Yeah. And I thought maybe we could pot this one up.
Sure,
Do you feel like that?
Yeah, definitely. And then you just use regular
potting mix, right? It's very lightweight, you know, and it's you know, specially formulated for containers. And a basket is a container.
Okay,
so
I'm going to kind of walk on over here.
Okay. And then if you could just take that out, that little daisy out of the pot there.
Sure.
And we'll put this right here in the center, and you can see there are quite a few roots on here, so I'm just kind of loosening those a little bit, just to make sure.
Kind of break them up a little bit.
Yeah, just to make sure that it gets good.
I'm afraid to pull, and I'm afraid I'm going to end up pulling something
you'll
off.
be all right.
Can you do a lot of damage with these?
No, not really.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Way to go, O'Brien. You know, that's what I don't want to happen.
Right. And I'm going to kind of, because I want to put two of these together as one plant, I'm kind of
mushing them together a little bit?
Flattening that a little bit.
And then you dig your holes?
And then I dig my hole here, like so, and get these guys down in there like that.
They get a drink of water after the
After everything's planted, Maybe you could, again, please help me out there. That'd be great. And this, these are petunias, and I'm going to put 2 on each side here.
Okay.
Again, and petunias add a little bit of mound to the pot, and they also add trailing characteristics, which is good, because usually you do want something to kind of trail down.
Okay, well, I love the color selection here, Ellen, and of course we can find more information as we'll go to the website, Hoosier Gardener. Of course, you can find that right here at fox59.com. So more information on hanging plants and things that you need to do this weekend, because the weather is going to look pretty good for us. All right, let's